Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Pisces moon. This is so fun. This is one of the best full moons. I know I always say that. I'm well aware that I always say that because I think that there's something to be gained from every single one of these cosmic cycles. That's the point of all this. It's not just about, this is the ultimate. There's an ultimate to be found in all the different themes. Going through and using the energy of all this cosmic stuff for me is not about necessarily what one day is going to bring to your life, but rather to look at all the themes and how it helps you, how it can help you to look at different aspects of life, look at things you might have ignored, look at ways that you can level up or create things in new ways and really make the most of it. So this is the harvest moon on Monday, the 20th into the 21st, depending on where you live. And this harvest moon is about harvesting abundance. And there's so much richness, so much wealth, so much greatness in this moon that I just love it. So we're headed into the wealth Feng Shui season, and I'm going to actually link when I post this. I'll link the Feng Shui wealth videos, and they'll be in future videos as well. In fact, I should probably just put the link here because lots of you are going to be like, wait, where's the link? Where is the link for the money videos? Everyone loves the money videos because you make money doing the videos, or a lot of people make a lot of money doing the videos, I should say. I don't want to say that everyone makes money because I'm not allowed to make income claims, but people have made thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars just doing the actions in the videos. It's a time where I can do a lot at once, where it's really concentrated and we can go through bigger lessons, and it's really fun. And it kicks off the season of the Cash Camp, which is the wealth Feng Shui immersion. And like I said, money is always really fun. This moon is about harvesting all the things. So you've put out a lot of energy this year. You've done a lot this year. You've created a lot. And now it's time to reap the rewards, harvest the things, and also look at ways that you can level up, where you can level up, or you can go to the next level, where you can get something higher, and where you can really advance your creative energy and advance your energy in general in the world. And your energy is what will bring all this wealth to you. So in this Pisces full harvest moon on Monday into Tuesday, there are lots of beautiful things happening that have to do with super flow. I just made a video recently about getting into the flow of abundance, really getting into the flow state. And this idea of super flow means moving into things. I like that word, super flow. Moving into things without resistance, allowing things to happen, knowing that even if you get off your plan or things aren't coming exactly the way you intended them to, if you don't get tense and freak out, which was my first reaction. How many of you freak out when things are not going your way, or when something needs to work out and something's gotten off course? It's a very big common instinct to be like, oh no, what's happening? Freak out, or just really freak out, like in a really big way. And that freaking out, tense energy really contracts everything. It contracts you. It contracts your ability to telegraph things out into the universe. It contracts the flow of energy moving through your life. And when that flow gets contracted, that's the real money block. That's money blocks aren't just these subconscious ideas you've picked up through your life. This tension really stops things. Think about times in your life where you were faced with something. I think everyone probably can pull up an example in their minds of something where you just knew everything was going to work out. And even though it was kind of a mess or it wasn't going right, you were really chill about it. You were really calm about it. And because you were really calm about it, you were able to just kind of move with things and have a light perspective about things, and everything worked out. That is this. all the time. And I'm not saying that all the time things won't go as planned. Things might just fall into place easily because you're in such a flow. But even when things aren't falling into place exactly as you expected, you know it's going to be okay when you're in this flow. This is a Pisces full moon, and Pisces is a super water sign, and very, very big flow of energy, emotion, intuition, that sense of deep wisdom. And again, that sense of ease with things, where you are connected to that ease of things, and it's hyper creative. And not only do we have this super flow of energy, this themes of all this flow, there's also, again, this wealth. There's a grand trine, a triangle. Triangles are always activating in astrology, and this is a big activation of energy that's going to really help us to harmonize more with who we are, with what we want, with our greatest good. And again, trust in things. Trust that everything is always working out for you. Everything will always be the way it should be. Even if it doesn't look perfect right now, everything is coming together. Everything is always working out. I love that Abraham Hicks saying, everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. When you say that right now, everything is always working out for me, what's your instinct? What's your feeling sense that you get? If you say that and you're like, no, it isn't, it totally isn't working out for me. Like, I don't know what this chick is saying. It's not working out for me at all. If that's your response, just sit with that and look at that, and don't necessarily overanalyze it. But why? Do you not trust yourself? Is it that a bunch of things have happened that didn't seem like they were any good? Are you willing to suspend your disbelief in the good things that could happen and just believe and see what happens if you just lean into that? So it's a big question. How does that make you feel? Everything is always working out for me. I want you to live with that feeling. I want you to feel that feeling. I want you to embody that feeling as much as possible. And we're going to talk about some Feng Shui to get into more of this flow. So I'm just checking my notes. Oh, yes. Okay. I hope I pronounced it right. Spica, Spica. This fixed star that I have admired my whole life. It is the fixed star. It's considered to be the most benevolent fixed star in the universe that we are aware of. There is a lot out in the cosmos. There's a lot in the deep sea. There's a lot in the universe that we are not aware of consciously. We are consciously aware of Spica, this star, and it is thought to be the bringer of material wealth, material abundance, material greatness, money, things, like real manifestations. And so it's a great time as this is lit up in all of the configurations of this moon. It is really lit up. And this is, again, a charge of energy of harvesting, reaping the rewards, abundance, and even taking a look at what are your financial goals? What do you want to expand on? What is this that makes you excited? Like, this to me makes me really excited. This idea of getting into your bigger view of what is possible for you. What's possible for you, and expanding that picture even bigger. Now, some of you might have been told that you have money blocks, you have subconscious programming, you have all these things. That's Subconscious programming is a real thing, but that doesn't need to be a part of your life on a daily basis. You can be a billionaire and have bad money programming in your brain. You're never going to necessarily erase it. And the way that you actually change things, for me, the best way that you could change things is to practice new things and practice them with this lightness of being, with this lightness of approaching things without that tension that pushes things away, without that feeling of wanting to like push a boulder up a hill, without that freaking out when things are not going exactly as you thought they were in your mind. it doesn't matter how things come together, does it? As long as they do, right? It's a lot of fun when you anticipate a certain way and it goes that way exactly as you planned, because then there's no unknowns. You're just like, oh, I see it all coming together. One thing you might want to do on this moon, and it's something I just put on Instagram recently, and people have really responded to it and said they've had instant reactions, is the very simple concept of asking yourself for a sign. Ask the universe for a sign. Ask whatever deities, whatever spirits, whatever you want, but ask the universe for a sign and give it a time frame. This is something in Pam Grout's book, E Squared, one of her experiments, where you are looking for an answer to something, looking for a sign that you're on the right track, whatever it is. Just ask the universe, show me within 48 hours or 24 hours, if you're impatient like me, 12 hours, show me a sign that I will clearly understand. Not something that I'm going to question, something I clearly understand to know that everything is working out for me, that I am on the right track. Give me the answer to this question, something that I will know and I will see, and watch what happens. It's amazing how quickly this comes. I did it yesterday when I posted this on Instagram, and within 5 or 6 hours, it was like, boom, there it is. This is all working out. Don't even think about it again. Just keep moving in the direction you're moving. It's really fun. So again, that's another way to get more in the flow of trusting your intuition, trusting the sense of, we'll say, divine order, whatever you want to call it, knowing that nothing's ever bad when you can lean into it and grow. Even the darkest, most difficult challenges can be the things that pivot you toward the greatest achievements in your life. There is a Buddhist saying, and I quote it often, after great evil, great good must follow. And I've thought about that since the start of the pandemic. I've been thinking about that constantly, going, the great good is coming. The great good is coming. The great good is coming. It must come. And it's really those dynamic polarities of the universe, the yin and the yang. So we are going to absolutely lean in now to all of the flow with your Feng Shui. It's a Pisces moon, which means water. And water is ultimately the most refreshing thing ever. If you have some water that you can put in a glass or a jar, and you can put some sort of lid on it, if it's a piece of paper or a lid on a mason jar, fill up your jar and put it outside, if you can, under the full moon light. I like to put it out the day of or the night before and leave it there for a day, sometimes two. I made a whole video on moon water where you can learn more about all the different ways you can use it. It's on the channel. I'll link it below when I post this. But putting out some moon water, bring it in a few days after the moon or right after the moon, whatever feels good to you. I usually wait a few days. When I'm ready to bring it in, I have my moon infused water and I use splashes of this water to clean, splashes of this water in my bath, splashes of this water to water my plants. You can use it all over your house. It's really amazing. And it brings that extra energy. Remember, this is a time to dial up the energy. When you change your frequency, you change what you get. You don't have to work harder. You don't have to, suffer and strain yourself to get more abundance. Instead, when you start shifting your energy and working from that more inspired place, things start to change. Your thoughts change, your actions change, the feedback changes, and you start seeing things happening, and it just becomes the super flow. Everything gets into this flow. And while the flow isn't always perfect, it is big, positive momentum. And when it is imperfect, don't get tense and freak out. Challenge yourself to just shake it off and relax. So I'm just going to keep reminding you, stay in that more relaxed and receptive place. The moon in general affects water in so many ways. This one is thought to really have an impact upon us, a feeling sense upon us in a big way. So that relaxing into things, relaxing into the flow of things. Now, in your home, you can mop, You can wash your windows. You can scrub some things. You can do some laundry that you haven't done in a long time. You might want to, I'm looking at my curtains saying, do I want to wash my curtains this time? It might be your curtains. It might be your bedding. It might be parts of your bedding you don't normally wash often. Something that doesn't get washed as frequently. Freshen it up, wash it, refresh it with water. Water is the element of fresh starts. It's the new beginnings. And so you can really cleanse your space energetically as well as actually and practically with more water. So I'm about to mop. You can wash your floors. You can wash your doors. You can wash your baseboards. You can wash your dishes. You can just wash everything, wash down surfaces, get them sparkling clean. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but do it with that sense of joy. Not of obligation, not of forcing yourself, but of joy. It's going to make a very, very big difference. Now, water in your life means more flow in your life. So it can be something as simple as drinking a lot more water, which I have to do a lot more of because I've been talking so much and teaching so much. Oh, the School of Intention is starting. For those of you who want to become a Feng Shui pro, I'm going to link the details below. We are about to begin soon. And so there's been a lot of talking. So there's even more drinking of water. More water is so great for your intuition. More water is great for your body in general. More water is just amazing. And it's something that a lot of us can lack, like actual water, not juices or teas or anything else, like actual water. Really important. So drink more water if you need more water. Take a bath. Take a shower. Really sink into the element of water. Feel it. Really feel it. Feel how it cleanses you. We often take these things for granted where we jump in the shower or we take a bath and we're not really processing necessarily what we're doing. Do it very mindfully if you can. Maybe on the full moon, maybe on Monday when you get in the shower, you actually think about the water and feel all the drops and what that sensation is and what it's doing, not just for your body, cleansing your body, but what it's doing for your energy, what it's doing to your, how you feel physically. It's very, very important. The water moving water makes great changes. And so as water is moving over you in the shower, you can think about your whole energy system being cleansed and reset. Doesn't involve anything special, just the normal shower that you would take in the morning can be totally changed with that awareness. It's pretty magical. So you can apply that idea to all things, dialing up this sense of presence and the sense of majesty and magical aspects of all the things you get to do. I was turning on the stove the other day and I turned it on. And you ever turn on your, if you have a stove where you turn it on, the fire comes out of the burners where it turns on and there's like flames. I was just like, wow, how are the flames coming out of there? And I watched it. I kept watching it turn on. And I was like, this is really incredible. And now when I turn on the flames, I'm like so aware of the flames that are forming and how they're forming. And that might seem so silly, but it makes that one action so much more dynamic. And you can think about that in terms of your work, your workouts. One of the things I was talking about this moon in another group was this idea that you can do things and go through the motions and you can even do them well. You can do, let's just say you do yoga or you do a workout. Let's say you're doing a workout, you're lifting weights. You can do it well, right? But you can just go through the motions. So you have your set of things that you do and you're doing your workout and it feels good. And then you leave the gym or you pack up your stuff at home and you're like, okay, my workout's done. And then you can work with a trainer or you can sit really mindfully and do this workout and really focus on isolating every part of your body that you're working. And suddenly This same workout that you do every day becomes so deliberate and you feel it in different parts of your body. And the day after, you did the same workout, but you're sore because you actually work things deeper and you didn't spend more time. You didn't do anything new that you haven't done before. You did it with total energetic presence and focus. And that creates change. That is the theme, the big lesson of this, getting into the flow and being in each moment with more presence and focus. How many of you think you could benefit from doing that in one aspect of your life? Do you, when you think about your life, think that there's something that you can bring that level of presence and focus to? And what do you think it's going to bring you? You might not know what it's going to bring you, but what comes to mind? There are several things that I still want to bring more of that energy to in every day. Every day, I'm always finding new ways to do this. But whatever resonates with you, commit to it, because that type of energy and focus is going to supercharge everything you do. So that level of intention will also bring you more creativity. Creativity is a flow of electricity. And this is a time of, again, when you're leveling up your life, you're leveling up your creative awakening, your creative awareness. And so you can think as well about how you can innovate. What can you learn? What can you upgrade in terms of how you move and see and move through the day? You might upgrade your intention, like we talked about, being more mindful and focused, and just find the majesty in the things that you're doing. You may upgrade your organization and organize things more so that you can flow through your day and be more efficient. You might upgrade the skills and knowledge that you have or learn new things so that you can reach new levels and keep expanding and innovating. One of the things that's the hallmark of this Feng Shui that's so unique is that it keeps evolving over the years, because I learned so much from you. I learned so much in life. I learned so much from constant experimentation. And I learned so much from the new science and all these breakthroughs that are happening. And there's endless ways to innovate. So keep in that spirit of innovation and things will keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And this is one of the best ways to really constantly have that flow of abundance coming to you, being in that spirit of innovation. Few more things. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything because there's so much here. One other aspect of this moon is the deep emotional nature of things and how our emotions are our greatest guide. So, in terms of flowing with things and trusting yourself, one of the biggest parts of trusting yourself is actually listening to yourself, listening to your emotions rather than arguing against them or trying to reason why you should not follow your deep desires. I encounter a lot of people who tell me, I really want to do this, but I feel like I should be doing all these other things. Well, you don't have to drop your whole life or turn your whole life upside down to do more of that stuff that's calling to you. And that can actually bring more magic to everything that you do. Follow your instincts, follow your emotions, and it might be a good time for an emotional release. We talked about this idea of releasing tension, shaking out tension, just really thinking about clearing your mind, almost like pulling all the extra stuff out of your mind and letting it go and shaking it out. There are somatic release exercises. There's somatic therapies where you're actually shaking emotions out of your system. If you have an animal that dogs do this often, if they get frustrated, they'll shake it out so that they can restart themselves. They know how to release things so they don't hold on to things. But we can hold on to things because we try to convince ourselves to go against our best instincts. So go with that. Follow how you feel more and more, even if it's just little steps forward, and really wash everything down, energize things, open things up, and lean into what can be the most expansive, abundant season that you have ever had, starting with this harvest moon. There's so much excitement in the air. As I said, I linked in the comments, I'll link below the free Wealth Feng Shui video series. And also, if you want to become a Feng Shui pro, the link is below. If you have questions, comments, anything, leave them below and really enjoy this moon. And I didn't give you that many things to do at home, that many things, because I think that this is something that deeper level, just answering that one question. How does it feel when you say everything is always working out for me? It can change everything. Understanding where you're holding on to tension and choosing to keep letting that go can change everything. The more you adopt more of a lightness of being, even in difficult times, the better and bigger and more amazing things can become. So, on that note, I'm wishing you the most amazing Pisces harvest moon, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Mwah. Bye, everyone.